High in the mountains between India and Burma lies a road that by all logic should never have existed. Carved through some of the most unforgiving terrain on Earth, it was once hailed as the lifeline of China and the most difficult engineering task ever attempted. But this is not a story of machines or of military might. It is the story of the elephants, thousands of working elephants that hauled timber, lifted steel, and dragged the Allied war effort through a jungle that seemed determined to swallow it whole. Their contribution changed the course of the Second World War, and yet history has almost completely forgotten them. December 1941, the world is engulfed in war. As Japanese forces surge through Southeast Asia, their strategic aim becomes clear: isolate China from the Allies. By May 1942, Burma falls. With it falls the Burma Road, China's final supply line to the outside world. 300 million Chinese civilians and 3 million soldiers are suddenly cut off from food, medicine, fuel, and ammunition. If China collapses, Japan dominates all of Asia. The Allies attempt an aerial solution, flying supply aircraft over the Himalayas. Pilots call it the hump, and it becomes the deadliest airlift route in the world. So many planes crash that the wreckage forms what pilots grimly name the aluminum trail. At its worst, a plane is lost every single day. A ground route is needed immediately. The only possible route begins in Ledo, in northeast India, before climbing into the Patkai Mountains and cutting through some of the wettest, steepest, and most disease-ridden jungle on Earth. British engineers had already dismissed the idea as unworkable, a 5-year project at best, and even that uncertain. But General Joseph Stilwell, commanding the China-Burma-India theater, demands it be done not in years, but in months. December 1942, 15,000 American soldiers, many from segregated African-American engineer battalions, join 35,000 Indian and Burmese laborers. Bulldozers roar, thunder, trucks grind forward. Act 2. Enter the elephants. The monsoon is the enemy. 8 months of torrential rain turn the ground into a bottomless pulp. Bulldozers sink, trucks vanish axle deep. Supplies cannot move, construction slows to a crawl. Then a simple idea, born not of modern engineering, but of centuries of local knowledge. For generations, Burma has relied on elephants to extract teak from deep forest. These animals can carry hundreds of kilos, traverse impossible slopes, and survive conditions that would destroy machinery. Lieutenant Colonel Frank B. Williams, an American engineer, sends a request: bring the elephants. But Burma is under Japanese occupation. Most working elephants and their mahouts, the handlers who spend their lives with a single animal, have fled or been scattered. What follows is one of the most unusual recruitment missions of the war. British and American officers trek into remote villages, following rumors of elephants hidden deep in the jungle. They offer pay, but also a chance to resist the Japanese. Slowly, owners and mahouts come forward. By 1943, nearly 4,000 elephants have been assembled. Some arrive with veteran mahouts. Others are handled by men who have learned the commands only weeks earlier. Sound of elephants working, logs shifting, chains clinking. And with their arrival, the impossible becomes achievable. Where machinery sinks, elephants walk. Where trucks store, elephants haul.
Up steep jungle slopes, they drag timbers, steel girders, and entire bridge sections. Their padded feet and deep instinct for terrain turn them into living engines of construction. Under the quiet guidance of their mahouts, through soft commands, taps, and pressure signals, elephants place logs with astonishing precision, forming the skeleton of a road machines alone could never build. Act 3. The brutal work. The Ledo Road cuts through what soldiers call the most God-forsaken place on earth. Monsoon rain falls in sheets. Swamps consume equipment. Malaria and typhus spread relentlessly. The elephants endure it all. They drag bridge timbers across rivers swollen with monsoon floods. When Japanese forces attack supply lines, elephants help evacuate the wounded through jungle paths no vehicle can navigate. They haul artillery pieces up slopes that defy trucks. A U.S. sergeant later recalled, "We'd watch whole convoys of elephants passing us, each carrying ammunition or medical supplies, while our trucks sat helpless in the mud. Without them, we'd never have got through." The bond between mahout and elephant becomes crucial. A mahout may spend decades with the same animal. They know its temperament, fears, and limits. Some elephants refuse to work with anyone else. If a mahout is killed or falls ill, the elephant often cannot continue. Sound of distant explosion. The work is perilous. Japanese artillery targets construction sites. Aircraft strafe supply areas. Some elephants are lost to enemy fire. Others fall from mountain paths or are buried in landslides. But the road advances.
By January 1945, just 26 months after construction begins, the Ledo Road connects with the Burma Road inside China. 478 miles, 155 bridges, 10 major mountain passes. Supplies begin flowing. China is sustained. Japan's plans collapse. And then, almost as soon as the war ends, the world forgets. The Ledo Road operates for barely a year. With Japan's surrender in August 1945, the route's purpose disappears overnight. The British never supported it. China dissolves into civil war. Maintenance ends. The jungle begins its slow reclamation. Today, much of the original route lies buried under vegetation. Some stretches have become modern highways, but vast sections are impassable, consumed by the same rainforest that once resisted its creation. And the elephants? Most return to forestry. Mahouts bring them home. The elephant companies disband without ceremony. There are no monuments, no medals, no memorial services. In most histories, their presence is little more than a footnote. Yet without them, the Ledo Road could not have been built in time. Even the official U.S. Army Corps of Engineers records state plainly, elephants proved indispensable. 4,000 elephants, 2 years of labor, a road that shaped a war. In recent years, researchers have begun to uncover this neglected chapter of the war. Photographs re-emerge from dusty archives, elephant convoys stretching into the jungle, mahouts guiding their companions with ancient commands, massive bridge timbers being maneuvered into place. One American veteran recalled, "I watched an elephant push a truck out of the mud like it weighed nothing. The entire convoy just froze. That elephant saved us." Today, Myanmar's wild elephants face shrinking habitats and increasing threats. The tradition of the mahout, once central to life in the region, is fading. Where tens of thousands of elephants once worked, perhaps 2,000 remain. But deep in the mountains between India and Myanmar, the traces persist. Rusted chains, collapsed bridge pilings, stone markers swallowed by vines. And if you pause and listen carefully, you might imagine the echo of those workers, the ghost elephants of Burma, who hauled, lifted, and built the road that history chose to forget. They were there, they mattered, and their story deserves to be remembered.